Pakistan is once again in the spotlight, and this time over concerns of proliferation financing and trade-based sanctions evasion. A new report by the Financial Action Task Force has highlighted a 2020 incident where Indian authorities intercepted a sensitive cargo bound for Pakistan. It revealed that the seized shipment on board an Asian-flagged vessel was misdeclared as autoclaves when it actually contained equipment for missile development. Indian investigators found that the equipment was actually used for processing high-energy materials and coating missile motors. These dual-use items are regulated by India's export control laws and the Missile Technology Control Regime. The seized shipment was linked to Pakistan's National Development Complex, a state-owned defense and aerospace entity which has come under international scrutiny for its involvement in developing long-range ballistic missiles. In December 2024, the United States sanctioned the NDC under Executive Order 13382, which targets proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems. It found that the NDC had acquired missile-related components from global suppliers through a covert network of front companies and Karachi-backed intermediaries. The FATF cited this case as a striking example of how dual-use goods are being misdeclared to bypass export regulations. FATF said that this tactic frequently employed in state-backed procurement schemes aimed at weapons development. The incident has highlighted the need for tighter controls and enhanced due diligence to prevent the abuse of legitimate trade channels for illicit military advancement. Now, the FATF has called for greater cross-border cooperation to address these concerns. And for more, we're joined by our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibbal. Now, Siddhant, in light of the latest events and, of course, over the concerns of proliferation financing and trade-based sanctions evasion, how do we make sense of this latest development?
Well, this is an important report of the FATF, the anti-money laundering financial watchdog. And we know that in the past as well, Pakistan has been on its grey list over financing of terrorism. Of course, it was removed over implementation of the reform agenda that was suggested by the FATF. But clearly in this report, India's key concerns over Pakistan's role in proliferation has been pointed. It points to the 2020 incident where, of course, a dual-use technology was being intercepted by the Indian side that was being sent to Pakistan to be used for the ballistic missile, the program of the Pakistani authorities. But when it comes to the FATF, it has in the past taken a strong stance over money laundering and terror financing. And Pakistan, of course, has been on its grey list several times. So nothing new for Pakistan. Global embarrassment continues for Islamabad over its destabilizing role in the region and beyond.
Right, Siddhant, and also the event has highlighted the need for tighter controls and enhanced due diligence to prevent the abuse of legitimate trade channels for illicit military advancement. Now, the FATF has also called for greater cross-border cooperation. What would these procedures going to look like?
Well, these are part of the report, and essentially FATF expressing its concerns over the issue of proliferation and others. It's a pretty long report, and these reports have come off and on. In fact, just recently the FATF had released a release in which it had condemned the Pahalgam terror attack and pointed as to how there should be need to counter the financial systems that can be used by terrorists to organize such terror attacks. And we know when it comes to Pakistan's role in supporting terrorism in the region, that is well documented. In fact, the country has one of the largest number of terrorists listed at the United Nations Security Council's terror list. And in fact, the country has harbored Osama bin Laden, the man, the mastermind of the 9/11 terror attack. Hafiz Saeed, mastermind of 26/11, remains free in Pakistan in the custody of Pakistani authorities, getting a lot of luxurious treatment in many ways. So essentially, this FATF report talks about the larger proliferation issues. But of course, for India, the big concerns remains Pakistan's role in supporting terrorism in the region.
Absolutely, Siddhant. Thanks for getting us and our viewers up to speed about the latest developments.